You'll find some of my things still intact, perhaps even useful to you.
I don't know why that happened. Very strange. Quite nostalgic shenanigans. You can still see me and stuff. We're back. We're good.
Quiet as a moonbeam.
Get Yankee. Blackett has found us.
Yeah, continuing the conversation. Spores Druid isn't close to what Barbarian is doing because it loses the HP war, and a Barbarian can still get the 20 temp HP from the Codex or the 30 from Duke Ravengard in the Act 3 finale. So that means they have 18 less temp HP, but they're gonna still be massively winning in the regular HP category. So Barbarian is still the winner, even if you're including temp HP. Do we think BG3 deserves Community Support Award with patch each stress test this year? Like, I like that they added more content. I don't want people getting it twisted thinking that the patch 8 stress test was at all good, though, so I'm gonna go with no.
And I'm off. One move ahead. Toning things down.
For a combo of Spore and Barb, then you're worse than both. Because having Symbiotic will not get you beyond that 30 or 20, depending what part of the game you're looking at, temp HP. But you'll be losing that HP from the Barb levels. It's just worse. It's Barb. It's 12 levels of Barb. Even if you're trying to do a balance, it's 12 levels of Barb with either Elixir of Heroism or Shield of Thralls. Like, it is 12 levels of Barb. I don't know why I have to keep repeating this, but it's 12 levels of Barb. Hey, Superman. Bar with Ice Bite Robe. Yeah, that gets you there too. Don't have to play Barb, not a fan of Raging, then don't. Like, I don't think you actually thought about this. About wasting a class feature by not using it. It's not how it works. You don't use all of your class features at once, ever, on any build. Plan to rage, I'm gonna have to do the poison thing? Why? The charm goes crazy here against these melee guys because they have extra attack, so they just can't use it on me. I got all the class features. I'm using all the class features. Jack of all trades, probably. Because I'll rage for like 1 to 2 turns and runs out, so I reposition instead of attacking or something, then get better. Or get a lot of value in your 1 to 2 turns of rage. No, I wasn't trying to X out both of those, but... God, get gooded? Yes. Like, I'm gonna be blunt because this is very straightforward. You are creating problems that don't exist in your head. And you could just not do that. Sure, you can nitpick this. I was thinking that any turn where a champion fighter uses Action Surge, they're using all of their class features at once. Sure. Gonna route some brace triggers on that. It's interesting. I don't really care about that. I'm sure I'm supposed to. No need to warn me. Good to know. So is Glam Bard bad like Reddit and YouTube say? This is a leading question. It is a leading question. Favorite moments, one of my runs when I got put in Moonrise Prison, robbed of all of my gear and Kazoo lodges, but that's when I remember Tempest Cleric has Channel Divinity to look at the Far Realms as a thing. Yep. Jake, we're not doing the you jump on my desk every 2 seconds thing today. It isn't happening. Immune to command flee because of tuna rats. Boo. Clicking it anyway because I'm mad. Why is that an incapacitating condition? Why do I crit miss? I'm in no rush to finish this if that isn't clear. Tuna Wraps Embrace. Hopefully that wasn't somebody's nickname. You can't be prone right now.
No holding back.
Spray bottle. We're not doing this every day, man. Hope to get lucky. This is fun. That did remove the charm. Okay. He has a sword, but he's going for shock and grasp because he needs to crit on it to deal damage to you. No, he's going for shock and grasp because that's the thing that he sees the most damage on. It's just got bigger damage dice than his sword. $2d8. Sword is less. That's it. General vibe here is that Paladin's the worst class, but as every class beat the game, it's still okay. The rest are just good. Yeah. I don't want to do this. Hit me. You have your legendary. So I should have done Hellish Rebuke. That's okay. My last turn to Universal Res, but like she doesn't have a weapon, I don't need to care. No more legendary res for you. Didn't realize my poison ran out. Bleeding. Even without resistance, she just doesn't see rolls that hurt me. 15 through disadvantage. Good for you. That was fun.
You handled it well. Let us hope she exhausts her forces soon.
I do like Pyro Quickness with Hellish Rebuke here. It makes a lot of sense.
There's a statue that conceals the way through. I'll reveal it to you.
2 steps at a time.
What a day. I could really use some shut-eye.
My old sword.
Hard
My
day.
first purchase as an adventurer. No use to me anymore.
So I was thinking about these gloves, but if I remember correctly, this goes in the bless slot, so it's actually useless. Let me fact check myself here. Jake, do not do that. Lay down, or I'm gonna spray at you. Near you, but you're still gonna freak out. Okay, might not actually be in the same. Okay. So maybe still worth trying out. We'll see. It'll suck if that does remove it, but it does go in the plus slot? Oh, okay, never mind. I'll trust you then. It's not listed there, but I'll trust you. No, it is listed actually. I just missed it. I see it. So yeah, one of the few actually bad items. Thanks for streaking, Nico. This armor is good though. Fear immunity on a heavy armor. Guess you technically get bonus to mental saves. Unless you're using this on Jaheira or Halfin. I wonder if hirelings count. They probably do, even though they shouldn't. Like, if I want to have a heavy armor that has no DR, this isn't a bad one to pick. It's just there's not many things left in the game that can frighten me. We're talking Bay Knights. Orin and Harak are dead, so no real use case. Like, Spellmight for Booming Blade with Duelist Prerogative is real good, and I keep going back to wanting to use that. I guess maybe when it's time to do Raphael, I do that for, okay, stomach settle down, for backlash damage as well. I do DJ Gloves so I can click Beckoning Darkness for no reason other than I want to. Hey Seth, how you doing? Bay Knights? You trying to have a Bay Knight? I'm just kidding. Unless? It's actually where we just watch every Michael Bay movie in movie night. So, not very fun, all things considered. Very sleepy today. Am I? I'm alive.
This place is walls and no exits.
Hey kiddo. Bay Knight sounds awful, it really does.
Hurt me, please.
As one does.
Run soon over, I guess? Yeah. We got, Big Stupid Dragon. Seal Watch Foundry, Iron Throne. Gortash. I could, of course, skip all of those things and just go beat the game right now, because I allied with Gortash and Aura instead. But I don't really feel like it. We'll see how I feel in an hour or two. Let's do a bit of a science experiment there. I forgot this shield gives warding bond too. I'm gonna chalk that up as another life cleric L. It's because I can, really. A little bit of styling. Yeah, House of Grief was a real nail-biter.
To be gone for good.
Yeah, I didn't go in here. Kinda didn't care to. Other than Sledboard and Sentinel, what other shields work great with Duelists? You could make a case for Viconius,
I believe there's a cabin near you.
Protecting the secrets of its
because you can pop Reflective Shell, and I don't think it requires you keeping the shield equipped. Absolute's Protector if you want to pop the Fire Shield from that. Cat. They both looked. I'm thinking. Hey, Ogre Trials, thank you for the raid. I appreciate that. How was your stream? What were you up to? It's another BG1 day, or what were we playing? Welcome in, Raiders. If you don't know me, I'm Quag. I do RPG challenge runs, mostly Baldur's Gate 3. Bit of Expedition 33 here and there, bit of Cyberpunk, bit of Dragon Age. It's been a minute since I've done Mass Effect. I gotta do that again. But yeah. Struggling big time BG1, original, not enhanced edition. Gotcha. It has been probably about 12 years since I've played OG BG1. I would be very bad at it if I tried to play it now. Oh yeah, no mole contract for reasons. So an interesting Bard perk is that Song of Rest counts as a true short rest for the purpose of things that want you to do an actual short rest. So like some weapon maneuvers will not actually come back from any fake rests, but they do come back from that one. And Song of Rest itself is restored by either region traveling or any fake long rest. So even if something doesn't directly restore your abilities, bards can just get them back anyway, as long as they have a way to restore that. Your superhuman attention to detail would be key in BG1 and 2. It's one of those things that I do have an interest in learning. I've told you a few times, and we'll have to actually figure that out. I told Mark, too, because you two are the BG1-2 people that I know, knowledge-wise. I'm sure I'll get to it eventually. Go fight some fish people? Bards have infinite short rests as long as they can region travel? Yeah. Oh yeah, back in the what works well with duel's prerogative question. If you take dual wielder, you can also apply that tech to weapons. So like you could have ambusher on, for example. If you wanted initiative and maybe that necrotic damage on weapon attacks. You could open with, I don't know, Belm, perfectly balanced strike, and then unequip it to be able to do the duelist prerogative one, though that's kind of weird.
Quag Chad.
open with Bloodthirst. Bloodthirst Duelist Prerogative is a really good combo. Hey, thank you so much for the 4 months. 9514. Good with Harmonic Dueler. Yeah, good with that. Bloodthirst Duelist Prerogative is really interesting because the reaction is added to you once you fulfill the condition. So, if you have Bloodthirst in your offhand, and you have extra attack, for example, you can use your reaction point, your one that you have while you're not fulfilling the condition on Prerogative. Then you throw Bloodthirst. It'll return to you, but you will have gained a reaction point when you briefly had Duelist Prerogative in your main hand and nothing else. It, like, refills your original one first, instead of giving you the bonus one first. So, a fighter with improved extra attack can give themselves 4 reaction points a turn just by doing that, and that's without shuffling it around with other means. So that's kind of cool. Boots of Psionic Movement make a lot of sense here.
What are these wretched things?
They're fish, Will. Dissonant Whispers is the correct click, but I just want to do this. I forgot to use any of my reaction points. Oops.
Sea devils, this close to the shore. What could have drawn them here?
Hey, you know what's underrated that I've been meaning to bring up? Every time I use it, I'm like, wow, this is really good, actually. Immolating Gaze is really, really good. And I think Bard is an interesting case of being able to get more mileage out of it because of Song of Rust. But it's 2d8 fire damage. It deals an extra 2d8 if they're burning, so up to 4d8. But it applies Fearful. And it's an int save. There's not many high int enemies.
Walking funny isn't a crime.
An entire edition dedicated to one lord and his...
Not to pretend like Bladesinger is good, but this also has a lot of natural Bladesinger synergy if you're swinging around a weapon that's scaling off int, because you should be. Because you need too many stats. Then you can ability drain down int without needing to use attack roll spells. You get to take advantage of extra attack while still getting some value. Or, you know, you could do Sylvan Scimitar or Inferno Rapier in the offhand and go about it that way. but I digress. Ability drain int, and then it's a good way of denying people turns, which is a good method of survivability if your actual survivability is quite shit, as Blade Singer's is.
Man for the job.
I should start thinking about how I'm dealing with the big stupid dragon. If I deal with Carrion first, I could get Staff of Cherish Necromancy, and we could do, I don't know, offhand crossbow shots with Eye Bite looping. I guess. I could Bite Club him. But with what? I could also just not do that fight. Because, hang on, I don't need to save Karlach. I don't have to do that at all. That's the funniest option. What other things refresh in region travel? A lot. Too many to list. Hey, Patata, how are you? Other than Jahihi, Scimitar, and Will's Rapier, what other weapons use your spellcasting staff for weapon? Warlock packed weapons, Hexblade hexed weapons, Shillelagh. I'm on team fuck the big stupid dragon. I've seen that one. Oh, not literally? I haven't seen that one. Yeah, I think it'd be funniest if I just didn't do the Iron Throne, actually. So, we could just go fight Raphael and then go beat the game? Your dad? This is evil, Will. I'm thinking about it. I could go there, and that frees up a ring slot over here. I don't think I'll be clicking Hellish Rebuke much. But if I Drake Throat, I can still get Elemental Infusion value. Thanks to Booming Blade. I guess there's also the option of I could go get Mystic Scoundrel. I have the money, let's go do that. To the attack option. Then I'd have to do the Iron Throne. But I could, like, just save him. And then click that. Yeah, that's probably worth. Because I am so curious. Alright, we are still gonna do Iron Throne, but I don't have to stress saving everyone. Save him, yes. Not keen on the whole Iron Throne fight. I like it a lot, but it definitely tests your ability to get to good action economy and movement speed. I do wanna...
Approach! Yeah!
Yes!
Alas! No! You failed to
One.
win the Alas!
2,
You failed to Alas!
3.
You failed to win the grand
Excuse me.
prize. Alas! You failed to Alas!
5,
You failed to Alas!
6,
You failed Alas!
7,
You failed to
8.
Alas! You failed to win the Alas!
9.
You failed to win the
Hey, Mandy.
Alas!
10.
You failed
There's some trade RNG here.
Alas!
11. Okay, we got it on 11.
W worthy! Come! You failed to win the grand. You thief! You cheated! You
A genie trick. Where in the hell did it
Alas. Hey, Dylan saying hi, my lunch break. I'm doing okay. Things could always be worse, right? I don't feel like unequipping my shield.
2 steps at a time. Going once.
We get an Orny? Not this time.
Every step.
I don't think I have any fights to do in this map with it. I mean, I could bring the dino to the circus, but no Orny this time. Aping Wounds, Symbiotic Entity, Halo Spores is a vibe. I don't have Pyro Quickness equipped anymore. Still pretty good though. Think you die from Booming Blade damage, maybe? No, you have too much HP. But did something. Yeah, I should have used Hunter's Dagger on this a little bit earlier. But I guess by the time you get like a Booming Blade and Mantle and stuff, I could have had Booming Blade earlier by playing a high elf.
One move ahead.
But felt like playing well. Oh yeah, I forgot to give you guys peek. Hang on. Oh, I haven't done the cuck fight yet? I could do that too. Do that for now. The slot would absolutely be, Boots of Persistence if those were available. Hey, Sora, thanks for streaking. Forgot to slaughter the book monsters? Oh, my bad. There's a creature with a legendary action here called Book Talk. Of course, there's an apostrophe in the middle because it's fantasy.
Put my talents to use.
Wish there's a way to force lightning charges on enemies for more Hunter Stagger fun. I guess in a roundabout way, you have, like, encouraging them to equip lightning charge gen items. So, Sparky Points, Jolt Shooter make the most sense. I guess dual wielding it with Falar and then standing like on the edge, you could get the tick damage to maybe trigger Falar Shriek. This was the item you wanted from a copy. Reverse Rain Cloak. This one. It is a good item. It makes you wet while you have it on, which is fire resistance and burning immunity. So if you wanted to mitigate the downside of Pyro Quickness Hat without just having, like, damage reduction, you could just equip that and then you're immune to the burn. The burn part can't happen anyway. But burn immunity is useful for a variety of things. Show you wet when you have it on. Oh. I see Will's brief outfit change worked.
Checking things.
We'll use garbage for a little bit. What planar binding? Boo. Stop using me. Runs away from the Quag Mad. Yeah, you better run. You know what you did. I think it's time for fashion. It could look worse. I'm okay with that. Yeah, we got the clown paint. That's important. Now we can do this fight over here. There was something I wanted to grab that would help me combat-wise. Oh, I want to get Explosive Blood. Yeah. And I wonder if, with having Explosive Blood, Gloves of Battle Mage Power doing anything that triggers Explosive Blood would probably also stack the Acuity, so I guess there's a world where you can just get to 10 stacks of Acuity immediately by using Ensnaring Strike or Thunder Strike with fire damage. while you're standing under Blood Puddle. That's fun. Such a shame that Cloud Paint isn't compatible with Wet. It's unrealistic. Listen. You didn't need to look at my browser history before typing. I would appreciate if you didn't do that. Thank you. I should go here. I need to steal Universal Res. So infinite rotten food now that you have person molding? No, it's a different item. Bag of molding does not work that way. This is why we test things before we use them. Before we start, you know, saying how to use them, I should say. I will demonstrate. Bag of molding. Surely there's food in here somewhere. No, unless they've changed this. And I haven't kept up with the times. When I tried this back in patch 6, it didn't work out. Maybe they've updated. It shows the correct condition there. So, I'm prepared to eat my words. Pausing, champing. Might have corrected that. Which is so sick if true. But let me send one of these back. Nope. So it shows it, but it's not consumable. Just base it off the description. Yep. Yep. Not usable.
Divine protectors of Baldur's Gate, hear this humble plea. Shield our people from
Can you attack it though? Yeah, but you can attack anything.
heretics.
That doesn't have to be rotten food.
Strength to endure.
There's 3 water bottle vendors in this act. You can also use healing potions, especially the little ones that have kind of outlived their usefulness at this point. Use random trash in the environment. There is already a source of infinite rotten food in Act 2. I don't know if there's one in Act 3. I think the Blushing Mermaid guy sells rotten food sometimes, but I actually have to, like, confirm that. But people use rotten food for a reason. Rotten food has multiple uses. That's why it's good for destroying for acuity, because it's also good for other things.
Checking things out.
It's efficient and justifies its carry weight if you're also using it to poison yourself, especially. What if someone that can't consume noble stock can consume this?
Gortash is a visionary, sure enough.
So I can also have rotten food. They probably do. It might just be fish, but like, that's not infinite. In Act 2, Sister Lidwin sells rotten food every day, meaning she is an infinite supply, as long as you're in Act 2. Did I get the money from Korra? I feel like I did.
Let's chew the fat.
Yeah, I did. Why do I care about money? I don't need that. I'm getting very easily distracted here. We're going for Explosive Blood. And then we gotta go back to the other map, talk to Gortash, and we can do the circus fight while we're there. Then we'll come back here, do Iron Throne. Then we'll go beat the game.
Best victuals and cures in the lower city guaranteed. What'll it be?
Don't need more vigilance.
Anything else?
Careful, careful, ladies, on my very long shit list.
Oh, forgive the mess. You're never better. Don't. If you'd come inside. Not if you lead me first.
Alright, hear me out, though.
What's that?
Keep sucking in that sea air.
God, that's a mess. Perhaps. Oh, and now that you're here.
Blood. And all it took was one little potion.
This is incredible. I'm seeing stars. All it needs. I'll only ask a nominal. You really are. Until next time. Ah, my friend. Certainly.
We need more crawler because Sanguine explosives are disappointing. They are copies of Yurgir's grenades, which means they have the same questionable hitboxes. You don't get XP for anything that is killed by them because Yurgir is the one getting the kill. Yes, if you throw one of these at someone, you are giving Yurgir kills. Sounds like a bug. I mean, they just copy-pasted the Orthon explosive and didn't change anything except for the appearance. Like, just cosmetic changes. It's the same exact thing. So, consequence of a shortcut, we could call it.
Wonder why, with you being such a cat right now.
If you kill certain jars with it, you give Yurgir tickles. That would be a funny Yurgir kill, actually. Throw it at Yurgir as a suicide? I think it counts as him doing self-damage, yeah. Because, like, it's just, the damage is attributed to him. So this has a bunch of consequences. If you use them, you don't get XP because he's getting the kill. You don't get Bloodlust because he's getting the kill. But, I do like the idea of, throwing them, as Say mentioned, at Mystic Carrion's jars while fighting Yurgir so that he takes a bunch of necrotic damage. I feel like if you do it with enough damage riders, maybe you could kill him that way. Cat is over there. How you doing, Huckleberry Adventures? Hey, thanks for streaking, Poppy. Thinking if there's anything else we need to do in this map right now. No. You're just sitting at home that all of a sudden pain. I almost wonder if you can kill him before the House of Hope fight starts by going into the House of Hope, which is what resurrects him and puts him in there, and then just like doing enough damage to Carrion's jars with Yurgir's bombs. Probably not. He's probably immune to damage, but it would be really funny if you could just start the fight with him dead. Infernal Spear is a cool item. Your daily reminder that poison damage is good in this game. Taking poison damage is not good in this game is a skill issue.
Sure, why not?
You have the Netherstones. They resonate with my own. I commend you for putting an end to Orin's madness. She must be screaming bloody murder in the hells even now.
What is my Starbucks not in the Nog latte? The only good thing about the holidays, people leave with no Nog.
A mad dog understands the yank of the leash and the hand of its master, but it cannot be an equal. You can be my equal. We will raise a black keep in Baldur's Gate. Then we will conquer the Sword Coast and unite all its peoples under our rule. But first...
Thanks for lurking, Dave.
The brain awakens. We must act now. Faithful, come forward.
Got later with 5 A's. Nice.
Hand me the Netherstones and we will rule as one.
Got a really good burger the other day. I shouldn't do that again though.
I'm not here for games. Hand me the stones or face the black hand of Lord Bane.
This is the only time Gortash lies to you, by the way. It's because he's testing you.
As they should. I was merely testing you. This should be an alliance of peers. You've got a backbone and the makings of a leader. The Dark Lord
He actually does a couple more of those. If you're Karlach, he will intentionally, like, pretend to forget details just to fuck with her. But there's also extra dialogue here where he's, like, extra stoked if Karlach is the one pushing back. It's like, yes, this is what I always wanted you to be.
We will be absolute, with an infected army at our beck and call. First, we take
An alliance of peers?
then
Oh.
Faerun. All of Toril will soon follow. 1,000 kingdoms at our command.
Yeah, there's some very interesting origin dialogue. Especially here in Act 3. Not make up scary. Like, I really like the origin Karlach dialogue that Gortash gets in that conversation. I really like the origin Will dialogue with Minthara in the epilogue camp. There's a couple more very memorable ones that I'm failing to remember, ironically. There's a bunch of really good ones. Tired of Flavor Town, love it. It's so good.
Yes! I have lots of stuff just for you.
Make sure I have Darkness Arrows. I'm in no danger of running out, but... when you have this much gold and nothing to use it on, redundancy is a good idea. Do I have... 16 of those? It's probably enough. Like Gale convincing Lantard prove he's a warrior, that's a good one. Yeah, I also run the Amazing Strider, man. Huckleberry. It's very funny. So when you go invis and fly up here, often the flaming fists just show up because it's a crime somehow. And if you attack the doppelganger while the fists are here, they will help the doppelgangers try to kill you, you know, the people who are attacking civilians, they'll just help them. So, lore-accurate cops.
Can you and your beloved stand the test of time?
I don't know what that is, Peanut, but it's not a kitty.
You're gonna hang out for a full minute, aren't you?
We should go.
Not wasting another invis spot on this.
Save yourself from
Is this part of the show? Praise the absolute.
Hit anyway. Okay. Well, if you're gonna be like that, then I can start being disingenuous. Is there a flaming fist there anyways? Like I said, they pop up when you fly up to the stage invis. Oh. Okay, I guess you can't backlash and Hellish Rebuke on the same attack. So just... Here, animation locked now? Okay. Scammed. So your opinion on difficulty mods for 4-man party runs, looking at one that bumps up enemy health, not sure how to feel about that. So that's a good question, Chop Power. Like, I don't feel like the mods that just increase numbers do anything meaningful. Whether that's giving them extra actions, bonus actions, whether it's giving them more HP, more accuracy, more damage, like better proficiency bonus, better saving throws. It doesn't do anything at the end of the day when you already know what's what. But I would suggest the mods that add additional encounters. Now, I don't really like the extra encounters mod because there's a lot of shit within it that I don't care for, but overall it's still probably a net positive for the game because there are some really cool encounters, and ultimately it is more stuff to do even if some of those encounters aren't well designed. Seconding that Absolute Wrath is awesome because Absolute Wrath applies random buffs to enemies at the start of combat, so it can be different things, and it forces you to have to adapt to different combat scenarios as you play. It also includes 2 boss fights that you can get, and Grim Preacher, the mod author, mentioned here in chat the other day that he's slowly working on adding a 3rd boss, which, very cool. All of the Valkrana's mods by Sailor Cat are also very good. There's one that adds random skeletons, enemy skeletons at the start of every combat too. There's one that adds fixed encounters throughout the world, including several boss fights. So I recommend those as well. The Love's first time run through with extra encounters is fantastic because you're often not prepared for the fights. Yeah, that's not fantastic. Because here in Baldur's Gate 3, when you run into a fight, you can click Inspect and see what things do. And encounters are not designed to, like, completely murder you with a high degree of certainty without giving you at least one turn to react. So, no, the Eternal Duelist is not good game design. It's complete trash, and then there's also several encounters that are just like, the sheets don't tell you their most important features. Like, there's a wild magic sorcerer that's immune to almost every condition. The game doesn't tell you this, you just have to keep trying conditions and realizing, wait, hang on, nothing's working. And it's also not even sensible. It's like, bro's immune to wet. How? How's he immune to wet? Explain. Publican husband? Oh, yeah, that'll do it. Bonus action Phantasmal Force for sauce. Yeah, I think that's saucy. Was the Wild Magic Sorcerer Ben Shapiro's wife? Got him. Oh yeah, with the unstable blood, that's juicy. Do these mods with more encounters screw up the XP curve? Yes, there are mods that, as Say mentioned, reduce your XP gains. If that's a concern of yours. But I would note that there are many mechanics by which you get stronger other than level. So hitting max level earlier in a run doesn't really meaningfully reduce difficulty by as much as, for example, getting late game gear does. Changing action economies DM 101 for modifying encounter difficulty, but in BG3 when wholesale slaughter on turn 1 is on the table, it doesn't necessarily change things the way you'd want it to. Yeah. Like, case in point, that impossible challenge, I'm using air quotes here, that's what it's called, I hate the name. That's part of the Tactician Enhanced mod. It is HP bloat, and everyone gets more actions and bonus actions. Everyone who's not your party. So that's enemies, that's also allied and neutral NPCs. They all just can do more stuff. And they have up to 5 times more HP, depending on the enemy. And it's nothing. It's a nothing burger. It's not a challenge. It's just, if you had a bad strategy, you get murdered even harder on turn 1. If you had a good strategy, it just takes more time and no actual increase in difficulty happened, and there's no in between. Because, like, you don't survive if you walked into a fight with, let's say, 5 Moonrise Paladins, no crit immunity, and then they're all thunderous smiting you. You just die. But if you have 31 AC with crit immunity and there's no War God's Blessing users, none of them can hit you. It's just each of them is attacking, 4 more times than they would have. Yeah, it took, say, 6 hours and 40 minutes to do the rooftop Ketheric fight. He was never in any danger. It just took that long. All been very helpful, thank you all. Of course. It was a very good line of questioning. 6 hours? Yeah, it took, say, 6 hours, almost 7. The same fight, when Dade and I did it in a duo, it still took us about 3 hours. And we even had something that really sped it up, and that was, we had the Iron Flask Spectator, which was paralyzing a lot of enemies, so it was reducing the time it took to complete each turn. And it did a good amount of damage too, but it still took us like 3 hours. I forgot to use friends as an opener for things. I think I got it too late in the run. You saved. Okay. Wish the AI had the same thing for AC as for damage reduction, where they just won't try if they can't do it. Yeah, that would be nice. Can I stop crit missing? I think it'd be pretty neat if I stopped crit missing. Ooh. Getting the kill with Hellish Rebuke gave me a bonus action and gave me my action back with Bloodlust. Sick, man. Hex is already a bonus action. Held a duel. Got some value there. Stop it. Imagine some people never gotten that home because of no C invis. Some people write off the effect. They're like, oh, this is too specific in its conditionality and it has a downside, and I've been that way in the past too, but like, turns out when you build into it, it's really good. Go for charm. So now and flee. Huge damage, Theodore. Too bad it's on a clone, but... Nope, he died.
Another shapeshifter. Not to state the obvious, but this circus is no place for children.
That was very fun. Missed the copy time? You did. Also, to vent about YouTube content makers again, got hit with another knowledge drop from the person with crit immunity enemies reroll die until it's not crit by their viewers. The 36 AC enemies won't even try to swing at you. What? Like, why would you make up, like, literally not a single bit of that is correct? Like, not a single detail of that is correct. It's somehow 100% wrong. It's incredibly hard to be 100% wrong. But, like...
Awake and alert. Should have killed the little monsters. They were provoking.
I try to give everyone the benefit of the doubt. Sometimes people are just wrong, but, like... Wonder what the deal there is. Hey, Blark, how are you? Thanks for streaking.
Don't make
Word, if I
trouble.
may. Welcome. You see to peruse the special goods, I take it.
Reduce someone with that. One of these runs. Probably won't use that, but I'm gonna buy it anyway. I think some people want stuff like this to be true, like, I just want to get an AC that's unhittable, search YouTube, they'll kind of bid for that, but, like, it's very doable. The highest enemy accuracy in the game, unassisted by outside means, is Kithrak Voss, and you only need 38 for that. You can achieve that 38 AC, even on a level 1 character. 38 AC with crit immunity is all you need to be completely unhittable by everything in the game that uses attack rolls, with the exception of any encounter where there is an enemy war cleric. That is the only exception. It's just 38. So, like, this 57 shit is, like, big number brain rot. And it doesn't do anything. There is not a point which enemies will stop swinging at you. And it's certainly not 36 AC. Because, you know, again, you need 38 for Voss. So, just blatant lies.
Now let me get back.
What does the War Cleric do? War God's Blessing is a reaction that War Clerics can use. It adds plus 10 to the attack roll, and because that's a post-roll modification, the way the game handles that is that can now bypass your crit immunity. This happens with Lucky, this happens with Warding Flare, that's why those aren't good features. It happens with Cutting Words, it happens with War God's Blessing, and it's stackable. So let's say you're in Moonrise fighting one Zealot, and there's 2 Adepts behind them. Both Adepts can add plus 10 to the Zealot's attack, causing them to be able to hit you no matter what your AC is, because you are most likely not running around with 51 AC in Act 2. Yeah, had 57 roll to you, that is probably 3 Adepts at that point. But yeah, you're likely not having that amount of AC. But even if you do, depending on where the original dice roll was, it can just crit you anyway. So, yeah. Oh, that's Kevin behind me. Yeah, he's Kevining. There's a poor guy who got critted through immunity to find that out. I mean, it's happened to... I know it's happened to both myself and Say at least a couple times. I'm sure it's happened to Trades, probably happened to Danny.
There's a Kevin near you.
It's just a thing that happens that you observe when you play enough. Because it's happened to at least 3 people I know off of Cutting Words. It's happened 2 people I know off of Warding Flare. I've heard about Lucky. I've not allowed that one to happen because I heard about that before I ever considered using it. Though Lucky for the offensive features is still good. Though admittedly rest gated. and opportunity cost to defeat slot, yada yada yada, etc. etc. War God's Blessing has happened to me and others. I wonder if Bardic Inspiration can do that? Probably. Hardcore Run's got crit by Grim with a lucky reroll after equipping armor in combat. You lost a level 1 run to a Necromite. I know Nemeser lost a run to Cutting Words, making Karnus crit him. And if Karnus crits you, you're probably just dead. Like, the amount of HP you need to survive that on the high end is not reasonable. Those 38 builds actually worth attaining, so pointless. It's one of those things that the effort required to get there still has lower returns than going for damage reduction. Because with less effort than it takes to hit that 38 threshold, you could have so much DR that nobody attacks you anyway. So that's not only more effective, but it's faster, because they won't try to attack you. Yeah, 34 is enough for everything in Act 3 except for Super Slayer Orin, which I think is 35. The only version of Voss that requires 38 is the one where he has his two-handed sword, where he has the great sword. So in any version where he no longer has that, you only need 36. Sorry, 37, because his longsword's a +2, right? And that's because he also has an Elixir of Heroism, so that's adding a d4. If you can deny him his big sword and his heroism, then you are shaving off a minimum of 2 and a maximum of 5. So at that point you only need 36. DR and Force Condor to Bay, yeah. Random Abjuration Retaliation while Draconic Sorcerer, that's pretty good. Definitely enjoy the damage reduction experience. The fun thing about Retaliation builds is that you don't want too much DR, so I do enjoy, and this build is in that category, I do enjoy finding that balance of like, okay, is this enough DR without going too much? Because if you actually want some retaliation effects to deal damage, you need to successfully take damage. Flesh Melter Cloak is the big example of that, but also if you're using Bone Spike Garb, that one goes in there too. Ironbind Shield is another one of those. The two that are most available to like Draconic Sorcerers, that's Fire Shield plus Armor of Agathis, those don't care. So at that point, if you're just using those, you can go all in on being as tanky as possible and just force opportunity attacks. But I like the balancing act if you want to be tanky, but not too tanky. For Warding Flare and other effects that reroll at disadvantage, you get crit when they roll nat 20 in both the original roll and the reroll, or when their roll plus modifiers add up to 20 at the lower roll. There's something else going on. Not 100% sure because it's hard to experiment. Most likely 20 on second die for rerolls, like lucky 20 on original for modifiers like Cutting Words. That's my understanding of it as well. Like so let's go back to the Moonrise Paladin example. If one of them attacks you with Thunderous Smite, rolls a 20, you have crit immunity, the 20 is not enough to hit you, but War God's Blessing kicks in, and that's enough to hit you, it crits you. So even if you have crit immunity in Moonrise, if you're fighting Zealots while they're near Adepts, it does still pay to force disadvantage on them, where possible. Because it reduces the chances of that happening. Because like they'd have to roll a 1 in 400, and then War God's Blessing would have to be available, and then that would still have to go through your damage mitigation. So, you see how all roads lead to damage mitigation? If you get to the point where the hit can't kill you anyway, you don't need to worry about if it happens or not. So, my preferred strategy for fighting those Moonrise Paladins is Radiant Res Elixir, Amulet of the Unworthy, crit immunity, and, if possible, Silence. Silence will encourage them to use Branding Smite rather than Thunderous Smite because they see that you're Thunder immune. And because you have Radiant Resistance from the Elixir, that all gets cut in half. You have Slashing Resistance from Amulet of the Unworthy. You can go a step further, you can wear Zarel's Shield, because that gives +1 DR versus spells. Branding Smite is a spell, so it'll shave off 1 from each of the die that's part of that. Not just each of the instances, each of the die. And then if you're doing that, on top of having Adamantine Splint, you're reducing all of the damage of it by 3 after your resistance kicks in. So you can just fully reduce a Moonrise Paladin Branding Smite, even on a crit, down to a survivable number. Just DR is the truth. DR and HP.
Easy enough.
You have good HP, you have good DR, you have crit immunity, and try to get resistances where possible, and then you never need to care if people hit you. If you are tanky enough that everyone in the room could get a turn and you'd still survive, then are you ever in danger? And the thing about that, it's easier to get to that threshold than it is to get to the AC cliffs, or very high-end enemies. Gith Archers, you need 31. The 31's not a big deal once you're running around in Act 3. You can get there in Act 2, but getting there, let's say you're playing the maps in order, you're going region lock, getting 31 AC sustainably in the Kresh is not easy. Your means of having piercing resistance are also comparatively limited versus other resists at that point in the game too. So you're going for DR, going for piercing resistance if possible. You're going for alternative forms of damage mitigation such as Gloves of Missile Snaring, which will reduce all die of the attack. As long as you have a reaction, you can be like, nope, minus 1d10 plus Dex mod, plus Dex mod. So provided you have 16 Dex, like every build should, minimum, unless it's a retaliation build, you're reducing by at least 4. Which works out to be over a 50% reduction, on average. It's very liberating once you stop focusing on big AC numbers, since a lot of people seem to swear off actually great chess pieces because no big number of mutilated carapace looking at you. Best song in the game soon enough. We're not fighting him just yet. I forgot to actually use the bath. Dex is so sexy hot. Haha, you're so dexy. Hey Manly Tier, been a minute. Hope you've been well. Guys make it sound so simple, my brain feels like it's melting trying to keep up. You're asking good questions, Kilo, and keep asking good questions. You're receptive to information. You clearly do know what you're doing, and you're trying to learn more, which is, like, the ideal candidate for these conversations. So, like, keep doing you. You're good. And feel free to ask if you want, like, specifics on, oh, what's some damage mitigation gear I could use at this point in the game for this fight. Ask away. I do want to make sure that when we are dogpiling objectively horrible takes about game balance and game design, such as blatant lies that people put out on YouTube and Reddit, I do want to make sure that we also put our money where our mouth is and like, give the correct information.
Those clanking
I'm gonna break into
cries
Figaro's
do
basement here
bloody hate
to get the noble stock
no
piece,
matter what the mouth
so we can
says.
feed Ravengard so Mizora can't make him kneel. Because I'm the only one who gets to kneel before Mizora.
Toning things down.
And kneel behind Mizora. Either.
Keeping pace.
Right now I'm a druid, so shield, medium armor, just finished up the goblin leaders, haven't done anything in Grimforge or the Bullet yet. Gotcha. We don't even always agree, but it's our different evaluations based on objective facts about the game, not questioning objective facts about the game. Yeah, like, pretty often you'll find those of us who delve into this stuff coming to different conclusions or having slightly different valuation of things. But, like, ultimately, at no point can any of us be like, alright, this person just didn't play or just doesn't know how this thing works.
I'll see what I can do.
Not to say there's anything wrong with not knowing how something works, because nobody knows everything. And nobody knows stuff about something they're just getting into. But it's that willingness to admit, hey, I need to learn more about this. It's a green flag behavior, you know? At the moment, I've been doing Luminous Armor, Safeguard Shield, Wizard as Absolute Scoreboard, planning to go grab Protecting Sparks Wall, just trying to get through Autumn alive, get to grab my golden dice. So, Luminous Armor is one of those things that's a trap, really. Because it gets, do I have it around somewhere? People really like Radiating Orbs. I think it's just a vibes thing, more than anything. But let's see, do I still have this armor anywhere? I probably sold it because it's bad, but... at least I'll still get some of my money. I don't think I have it anywhere. Oh no, here it is. Here it is. So, 15 AC. It's medium armor, it's 15 AC. Provided you don't have medium armor master or magic initiate cleric, the most AC you can have from your chest slot with this on is 17. So you are already losing to every good heavy armor. These good heavy armors also have damage reduction. They also have additional features like critical hit immunity. But let's look at Radiating Orbs. Radiant Shockwave, inflict Radiating Orbs. The intended cap of orbs is 10, so we'll operate under the assumption that you're not doing the situational edge case of pushing beyond 10, because they put that cap in to stop people from crashing the game with orbs. So, -1 to attack rolls for each remaining turn. Reduce the duration by 2 each time the entity makes an attack. So that means that you can very temporarily have an effective AC of, provided you max out the orbs, provided you max it out, which you don't without a lot of investment at the expense of other things, you're talking about an effective AC of 25 from this slot, but only for the first attack. They attack you again. 23. They attack you again. 21. So even after only one is consumed, you are in danger of dipping below Helldusk or Armor of Agility levels of AC. After 2, you are dipping below both of those things comfortably, and you're starting to get towards the territory of other high AC medium armors, like Purple Dark Justiciar Halfplate is 17 with +2 from Dexmon, so 19. So it's already more AC than that. And this also gives you advantage in Constitution. It gives you a unique damage retaliation. It gives you 2 damage reduction. It gives you a lot. So it's not actually good. Now, in the context of if you're running around with a full player, 4 party members, someone's going to need to fill a slot most likely, so they probably keep that equipped for a bit, and you can get some value out of having a character whose job isn't necessarily to do much more than make it so other people aren't being hit as much. And I think that's where it gets a lot of its usage among the player base. Just dedicating one character to be basically useless, except they apply the shiny orbs. But, like, that's a waste of a character, ultimately. It's just something to keep in mind. Like, Luminous Armor is one of the better medium armors you'll get at the very start of a playthrough, and you will eventually organically replace it. Just don't get too attached to Radiating Orbs as a mechanic, because it's not good. Sole exception is the Sacred Star, but that's an Act 3 weapon. And it's not good because of the orbs. It's just a good weapon that happens to have the ability to place orbs. It's important to note in the party it's -X to hit against each of your characters, which is slightly better than in solo. Yeah, and you can engage in some AI manipulation. Enemies will tend to prioritize whoever does not have too much damage reduction and whoever does have the lowest AC. So if you are the lowest AC and not the highest damage reduction, provided you place yourself well, enemies will prioritize attacking you. So you can use Luminous Armor in that way to sort of... It's not quite aggro tanking, but it's close to it. And that has some use in party play, but that's like more advanced than what anyone who's insistent that Radiating Orbs are the only thing Cleric's good for. It's more advanced than anything they're doing. So I don't really count that. I was gonna, like, get summons together and stuff for the throne, but... I'm really, like, just going in. Grabbing Raven Guard. I guess maybe I grab a Melon, too. I'll send Scratch for him. I should have Ballast Armor on for this. Let's go there. So here. I still have a Hellfire Great Axe on me, right? Could do a fun little trick here, actually. Do I have Boots of Elemental Momentum? Alright, be right with you. I do. Might want that at some point. Okay. Party's I'd recommend that you get crit immunity on some of your party ASAP. You'll see most of it make a beeline for Grim before doing the Goblin Camp. Yeah. Parties Divination Wizard Gale, Battlemaster Dirge, Swords Bard Astarion, Land Druid Tav. It's co-op. Sort of moderately higher armor all around. Don't really know what qualifies good here besides very rudimentary 17 plus AC good buffs. So ignore AC. Like, 17 AC is not only, like, not good, it's also, like, not a relevant stat anyway. Like, for reference, 17 AC is even low for the beginning of the game, because you can be running around at 19 on the Nautiloid by wearing Lae'zel's armor, Shadowheart's shield. But 19 AC also isn't good. Don't worry about AC. Get that crit immunity, and then I would focus on managing your resistances for whatever encounter you're getting into. So, like, let's say you're fighting goblins. Melee goblins, they all use slashing weapons. So slashing res is great. The warlocks, they use Eldritch Blast, so that's force, and they have Hex, so they use necrotic sometimes too. Armor of Agathis is cold, but you can avoid triggering that. Some of them also use Ray of Sickness, so that's poison. So that's why the poison resist ring is really good early game. Ray of Sickness crits can kill you, so get poison resist, get crit immunity if you're fighting goblins that can do that. But like, let's say you're fighting Githyanki. The melee ones, they all use slashing damage, so have slashing res. All NPC Githyanki that are not like Lae'zel have bonus psychic damage, so psychic res is really good. The archers do piercing damage. The Gish also tend to have shock and grasp and burning hands, so having lightning and fire res makes sense too, though those are less important than resisting the slashing damage. Just prioritize getting those resistances, and you'll notice a huge difference. Yeah, get hold person immunity, right. Fear immunity for fights where that's an issue. At the moment I'm building into Lightning Shard as Fallow with Magic Missile for the Wizard. That's a pretty good workhorse that'll clear a lot of encounters for you. A little resource intensive for some parts of the game, but yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Thoughts on the whole Expedition 33 versus Arc Raiders and Game of the Year thing, if you're aware of the brief drama? I don't give a fuck about Arc Raiders. I know that Arc Raiders is AI-generated voices, which immediately makes me not care for it. But also, it's an extraction shooter, and I don't care about that genre at all. I hardly believe it would do anything transformative, and I don't think it's a game people will be talking about in 1 year, let alone 10. So it doesn't belong in the conversation with Expedition 33. But remember, this is the level of thought in the Game of the Year discourse that causes me to immediately be like, I don't think that Game of the Year is a meaningful accolade because of the commercialization of the games industry and the collective lack of media literacy, especially among people in the gaming space, thinking that an AI slop extraction shooter belongs in the same conversation as a lovingly crafted and very much unique story-driven experience that people are genuinely going to be writing video essays about, like scripts for video essays about, for the next 10 years. Like, it doesn't go in the same conversation, and it's stupid that we have to have it. It's a solid game at the end of the day. Yeah, that's the thing. Still an extraction shooter, doesn't do much new. Yeah, like, there have been games that I consider good that people are like, hey, why is this not Game of the Year? Like, when in 2023, there were people that were upset that Spider-Man 2 didn't win Game of the Year over Baldur's Gate 3. And it's like, okay, I played that game. I enjoyed it. It did not do anything interesting or transformative. It left no real impact on me at all. And I didn't even think about playing it a second time. It's a good game versus an impactful game. Not every year can have something with that level of impact, but in the years where we objectively do, based on even only things like media coverage. Like... Generally do it in fairly traditional order: above ground, underdark, rimforge, and crush. So it's like Raphael shows up for crush, which is when I nap Heltas. Yeah, you can do that. Just note that you don't have to fight things in the order that you bump into them. Like, you can, before doing the crush, you can gear up and get some extra levels and permanent bonuses and such in Act 2, and then go do the crush, because early Act 2 is way easier than, like, all of the crush. Yeah, directory viewership isn't necessarily indicative of things like this, say, but, like, I get your point. In the context of this conversation, that is useful info. Eat so much chicken. Nice. Feeling eepy? Get some good rest. Some nice feel-good news in gaming is that Riot Games sold Hytale back to the Hypixel Game Studio. Games previously in limbo after Riot suspended development on it for 4 years. I know nothing about that, but I know that Riot backing down on something can only be good. You can go to Act 2 and go back to the crush. Oh my god. Yep. You do not lose access to any of the maps up through the Shadow Curse lands until you go to the Shadowfell at the end of Act 2. So, like, you can be bouncing between Wilderness Underdark, Crush, Shadow Curse lands. You just bounce between all three of them until you lock into the Act 2 finale, at which point you lose access to the other two maps. Then when you go to Act 3, you lose access to that map too. Hey Thropsy, how's my day? It's okay. Having fun convos with chat, so that's good.
What do you mean? What else is down? I don't know. Magic.
My two metrics of how game held up are Steam concurrent players, if applicable, and concurrent Twitch viewers. Orders of magnitude do tell the story. Yeah, if there's enough of a gap, it absolutely does tell a story. I've gotten in conversations in the past where some people will use things like Steam Analytics in a disingenuous manner. Like, they'll point at a game having a fall off as an indication of a game flopping, and that kind of framing is something that I take issue with, because, like, famously, Elden Ring, one of the top-selling games ever, it set records when it came out, had a cataclysmic fall-off 3 months in. Now, the remaining players were still, like, the player base is massive, and a lot of people still play that game. And it, by every standard, was an objective success. But it did have a fall-off, and there were some people who were, like, interpret data in a malicious way, you know? All that said, of course, grain of salt, and things like directory presence and concurrent players across platforms are useful bits of information. Just something to think about. Data can be read in multiple ways. It's normal for people to beat a game once or twice and abandon it. Yeah, it's cool. But I think the majority of consumers buy a game, play through the story once, and never touch it again. Didn't mean to eat that, but it's fine. Most don't even finish it, actually. True. Takes a great game for people to consistently pick it up later, or for people to stay there. Or, and this is the part that a lot of the games industry has unfortunately clamped onto, takes a drip feed content model. The plague that is live service gaming, for example. It's not the only way to do it, but that's an example. Thoughts on Halfling and Honor Mode compared to other races not restricted to solo runs? Halflings are the worst race in the game. It isn't close. It's viable because everything is, but they're the weakest. You, as Say said, you give up too much to gain too little. You have a feature that, when playing well, is active around about 5% of the time, if you're making good choices, in exchange for having bad movement speed 100% of the time. Being super vulnerable, being knocked around until you get immunity to that, which is not in the early game, where it's most likely to happen. And you miss out on the actually good racial features. Things like what tieflings have, what dragonborn have, what elves have. You playing Halfling Bard in my first auto run? I'm sure you did great, because at the end of the day, it's all viable. You can still succeed with the weakest thing available. The best depends on your goal, Keela. Dwergar are very good. Elves as a whole are very good. Tieflings are very good. Half-elves. Humans. Shield and Gold Dwarves, Githyanki. Like, they all have different use cases. I'd say the only terrible one is Halfling. And if you are any gnome except for a deep gnome, they're bad. But, like, not as bad as halflings. So me playing a halfling paladin is pretty much the definition of your worst class race combo? Yeah. Thought halfling was the safest option to not fail to crit fails. The safest option to not fail to crit fails is rolling with advantage wherever possible. You only have a 1 in 400 chance for a crit fail to happen if you're making a roll with advantage. 1 in 400. So that means only 1 in 400 times, when you're playing well, will a halfling passive even have a chance to work. And even then, it's not guaranteed. You can still roll bad on that. And once again, the opportunity cost of you don't get any features from the races that have good features, and you also get the small race movement penalty. Movement speed is arguably the most desirable stat in the game, and you always have less of it than everybody else. And unlike, say, dwarves, where they get really good features that offset that, you don't. Gnomes don't really get features that offset that either, but at least their features are better than the halfling features. And gnomes have Deep Gnome, and Deep Gnome gets Superior Dark Vision, which is a good feature. If you're going for Superior Dark Vision, you should still be playing one of the other Superior Dark Vision races, but the point is, Gnome isn't as bad as halfling is. Sure, I have the correct boots on. I do. Don't need this on. I'll keep that on though. I know why I equipped it. Alright, 92 stacks of momentum.
Heading out.
I mean, I have 93, but that's okay, I guess. I thought it was worth it because I don't know reliable ways to get advantage in quest dialogues, and that's an example of when Halfling can feel good, if you're going off vibes and you don't know how to get advantage on things. It protects against the worst case. I would still never do it, but, like, the more you know about the game, the less attractive Halfling is. I would encourage, if you want advantage in more dialogues, play a class that gets enhanced ability. That'll allow you to cover any skill check you want, as long as you have a spell slot for it. Stock up on Charm Person Scrolls. That's an alternative. And, yeah, make sure to have inspos.
Defender of the people. Sharp as ever.
Halt. You must act with haste. Duke Ravengard is act.
Destroy them and quick.
Can't explain why, but the Iron Throne sort of feels like Star Wars. Yeah, I can see it. I agree. Alright, I currently have 232 meters of movement speed. Now I have 268. Seen the Elemental Momentum Acid Splash trick, by the way? I have, yeah. I just did it with, Hellfire Great Axe, say. But, yeah, Acid Splash is easier. I just don't have Acid Splash. Need a break? Could you show me how you get so much movement? Yeah, I can show you right now. Big promise. So, the dash condition stacks up to 3 times. I dashed 3 times before we entered the combat here, so I already had 3 stacks active. This was also while holding Nirolna, which is 3 meters more. Crusher's Ring, which is 3 meters more. Elven Elegance, which is 10 meters more. Longstrider, which is 3 meters more. And I walked into a Haste Spore Cloud, so that was more. I can push this further with Martial Exertion, which I will be doing. I can use Terrazul to get more. Just went away for a moment, didn't see the way he stacked. I put down a bunch of rotten food and used Hellflame Cleave from the Hellfire Great Axe, because it is a cantrip. Thank you, you're very welcome. Melum still has Long Strider because I cast it on him back in Act 1. We're gonna go back up here and down because that teleports Leon S. Kennedy here. That's a cantrip. Can you still use it in rage? No. Watching you play is incredible, to be honest. Makes me wonder how I've completed this game now with how useful you are with everything. I mean, think about it this way, Thropsy. I have been playing this game as my primary, like, how I spend my time for over 2 years, and I try to make every run different. And I also surround myself with a bunch of people who do the same thing. So, like, a lot of it is shared knowledge. A lot of it is discoveries over 6,000 hours of playing the game. So, like, nothing I do is outside of the realm of what you can do. It's just time, that's all. I'm nothing special.
Father, come. Mazora's here. We need to get moving.
Did not get good initiative here.
She's the one.
Save there is unfortunate, but... Don't have a reaction right now. Put those there. I'll have Ravengard throw those at himself. That was a rehearsed answer to "you're so good at this." I mean, people say it a lot, and I don't really agree.
Might will prevail.
We're not here to save the Gondians.
No holding back.
I don't want them getting ideas.
This is my time. On the victor's path.
Just notice the scam ring. I was using it a little bit earlier for bonus action. It's okay, it's for a good cause trait. It's for bonus action Phantasmal Force. Mostly.
As much as I can, but hurry.
Okay, that fixed up the initiative. Duke Ravengard has improved extra attack. Have him eat this Noble Stalk piece. That not only fully heals them, but it also clears the condition that Mizora uses to make him kneel.
my pet. I was hoping you'd bound along.
I can bark.
A bargain's a bargain, and I've come to see it through. Oh, do wipe that frown off your face. This is what you wanted, after all. Now,
I objectively have a smile on my face, Miss
enjoy
Aurora.
the show.
Alright, call me.
Forever dauntless.
Alright, bye everyone. Dad, eat the shroom, it's all good. Yeah. Bonus action color spray off the ring? Based. Color spray is no saving throw. If they're in the range, that's a guaranteed blind. I like how even in an evil run, I went out of my way to save Omelum, just because I like him. I don't get anything out of this, I just like him.
Calmness greets you upon exiting the submersible, unlike the Iron.
Omelum's on my side? What if I knock him out so he still goes to my camp? Actually, will he? Will the sub even be here? I'm so curious. I'm gonna knock him out. Look, it's the scam ring. Oh, Omelum's gonna kill him during my lethargic turn, isn't he? Omelum, no! Oh no, he's gonna blur. Okay.
Ever onward.
Your world, when I...
Okay, bye buddy. Thanks for the help. Yeah, he's not dead. He's just not conscious. Why is he hostile? Because I clicked attack. Did I donate to Omelum? Nope. That was neutral attitude Omelum. That's my guy right there. Still have 72 turns of momentum. I'm gonna... Let's see. Let's do this. That. I want to see if he'll be awake now. See this timeline where Will had enough. The Will and Karlach evil storylines are basically, yeah, they just had enough and they just snapped. Everyone else, it's kind of believable. They have like at least power hungry tendencies, but with those two, it's like, nah, something broke. What god judges the dead again in D&D? Kalimvor. Alright, so now let's see if he's awake because I region traveled. Now, doing things in this order, you'll notice that when I went to the Iron Throne, we didn't have Gortash talking, it was just a Bainite. That's how you can tell your alliance with Gortash is still fine, it's still intact. So as long as I don't go there and kill him, he'll just show up in the Morphic pool and we'll still be chill. Means I don't have to do that fight. Gortash is a fully optional enemy. The only mandatory enemy in this entire act is Orin, and you can still kill her without getting in combat with her. A couple ways of doing it.
This thing's not going anywhere in this condition.
So I think he's trapped in there. Wait, I knocked him out and just left him to suffocate in the sub. Incredible. It's got oxygen, right? We left the window open. Just a bigger cell now. AC on, favorite tunes playing. Do I go on Iron Throne broke the alliance? Nope. Only if you have not actually locked in said alliance. Because you say you're allying with Gortash, and then if you go to the Iron Throne after that, it's him. But if you go to the Iron Throne after talking to Orin, after talking to Gortash with Orin's Netherstone in your possession, and then he's like, alright, be at the Morphic Pool. At that point, you're good to go. Still have some nerd books, right? Actually, like, I don't need... I was gonna get inspo so I could talk Lae'zel out of being all Vlaakith pilled, but I don't need to do that. I'm evil. What am I talking about? Maybe I want the inspo for the brain, I guess? It's not gonna matter. No, I don't need to do that. Rockastar.
Boy's trying his best. Good does not wait for evil.
I should make Chihira and Minsk statues too.
It offers buttocks.
This mess falls on our...
beating the DC 99 brain check actually worth trying to do. It makes the brain have 20% less health when you're fighting it. That's it. The brain's already one of the easiest bosses in the game once you're prepped, so I don't really consider that worth it.
One move ahead.
I should keep inspo for evil ending, actually. Oh wait, he's here. How did you get here?
What's yours is mine.
I fixed it. Oh, okay. Relax. Relax.
Heading out. Toning things down. Heading out. Silence is gold. Checking things out.
Minsk save. Or maybe I can only be doing that to one person at once. Oh, it's concentration. Right. Forgot it's concentration until it works. I do work at my job, back to see salute tomfoolery. Welcome back.
Heading out.
Heck yeah. Sure you want to say something, Minthara, but have you considered? Will got everyone bricked. And you know, they can be naked too. It's their statues. They don't need clothes. He forgot he's a statue, but trust me, he's a statue. Mints can keep clothes, though. Lae'zel can keep her undies because that matches the aesthetic we're going for. Shart, you get to chill.
One move ahead.
That's why we're doing this evil.
They say that you did what, and now the Glam, I have no more secrets from you. I studied you, your motivations, your actions, your desire. You saw straight to the core of what. Sometimes,
It's you pull a memory stirs. Die.
I can make this easier for you if you like.
Okay. We got peak incoming. Is it good for you? Nice, Nolan.
Everything you ever dreamt of and more.
The cloud makeup.
Experience of your life.
How does a mind player smoke a cigarette? Rectally. It's just sharp because everyone else is a statue.
With your companions.
I said I'd protect you from the absolute, not each other. And I was distracted.
I'm romancing Shadowheart, by the way.
Don't worry. I'll make sure they don't remember a thing.
Alright, Flesh to Stone is amazing, just for affecting who you see in camp
It's
events.
time to get dressed. We have work to do.
But what would happen if she was stoned too? Probably no one showing up there.
The Elder Brain's hive mind has grown. We must.
Portal opens to nobody. I was thinking that the portal just like doesn't open at all, but like maybe. It's just scratch. I'm carrying too much stuff. Wearing this would really help sell the evil. Yeah, let's do that. I decided that I'm just not gonna do the House of Hope because I think it's funnier. I mean, I could still do it. Just I have fewer buffs. Should I still do it? I'm on the fence. I got that new run itch right now. There's a cream for that. I got you cream right here. Jake, what do I mean by that? Ravenguard's longsword for the aura. 20 riz. Doesn't do much for me, but it's funny. Almost got the carry weight thing sorted. We'll do House of Hope. I just forgot that I wanted to do it, so I'm not gonna have buffs for it, but as many buffs, I should say. But it'll be fine. Go here. I want burning immunity. Pyro quickness doesn't make too much sense here. Like, Arcane Synergy's not horrible here. Kinda wanna wear this to look good. We'll do this for now. It's worst could happen, game over. I mean, could. But I don't need to rush into the new run. I still gotta think about it a little bit. Just I won't have Elven Elegance or Rapture or Ethel's Charm. None of which are things I need.
A beautiful night. Not even a hint
Sharpcaster
of moon to
Backlash?
sully
No
Lady
Gale. I
Shaw's
don't think I
dark
can
sky.
Sharpcaster.
Allow me to be frank. We can't presume we'll get to share another night like this. There's a battle coming. Not everyone is going to make it.
If Scratch is like any pet I've had walking in on activities, he'll try to lick whatever the equivalent of a squid nutsack is, an ink sac, if you will. Sure.
Faith is one thing I have in plentiful supply. In fact, it's what I wanted to talk to you about. We should make an offering to Lady Shah, to seek her blessing and protection against what lies ahead. A nightfall ritual. We can leave the kneeling and praying to the rest. The Night Singer prefers a more active form of devotion. An act of wickedness, carried out in her name, followed by a feast. Help me do this. You will not regret it.
Sure.
Wait until the others are asleep, then come with me. It might just save your life.
I can put away some of these weapons. Oh yeah, I never did use Blightbringer. I'm still coping about that. I feel like there's sauce. Like with the lethargic thing I was talking about yesterday. What's still heavy? It's just the armor at this point, right? You good, Kevin? There we go.
Back so soon?
Oh, I don't even get credit for the kill?
Far from it. It wrecked me to see your father come to such a cruel end. But at least you got to pay your last respects. I stayed true to the bargain. Isn't it a relief to know I'm always good for my word? What brings you by?
This is the spot. Looks like someone's left.
Alright, this one's hard to watch.
Untended.
What should we be doing? Theft, arson, murder, foul language?
Fine suggestions all. Perhaps another time. After I offered up the night song to Lady Shah, her blood was on the spear, on my hands, on my clothing. I wrung out every drop I could. Saved it for a special occasion. Let's see what comfort we can offer a grieving mother.
Morally gray. I forgot to put my clown makeup back on, sorry.
You did well. I hope you're not trying to surpass me in Lady Shah's graces.
Of course, I'm clearly better at wickedness than you are.
Oh, yes. Show me.
This is wrong.
That's what makes it so good.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna twist my arm. Thick arm. Arm.
Stop being so gentle.
Sadly, Sharon Shar is the best hair ammo. I don't mind her starter hair. Nah, I got the ick. Yeah, it's very, very icky. Like, also, the Saluna statue still being in the background there, it's ugh. Ugh. You bit me. What are you, a Starian?
First, the act of wickedness. Then the feast. But I think this will count as both at once.
Yeah, so edgy. Like, this is definitely what Shadowheart's, like, idea of, oh, this is what something an evil person would do. She's so bad at being evil, but she's doing it. Will look scared, he did. That's a long rest until we're sure there's no more events. Evil level hot topic. I don't know if we get the Mizora scene because of the choices I made, but like that's fine. I've done enough cursed stuff. Just means I have to play Will to get the Mazora scene in another run. Oh no. Do one more. Yeah, probably not an option. We'll rest again after House of Hope. Could pop another Elven Elegance. Meh. Do that.
The pride of the gate.
What do I go with? Cold here? I can do cold snowburst stuff. I'll just go with thunder. Still need to see the Karlach Mazora scene. I've heard Mazora's extra into Karlach. She is. That's true. I don't need this, I'm not actually going to Hope's Prison. So what do I run there? I guess we run the Cope. Did I show Sharp my statue collection last night? Yeah, she showed me one of Seluna, and then I showed her all of my collectibles. I know what I run instead of... Just gotta remember to switch to Viconia's shield. Do I even need the Orphic Hammer? I guess I'll take it.
Let's get it done.
It appears to be protected, the magic.
Carry weight. There we go.
What have we here? That's curious.
I'm gonna go real low effort here.
Come to my prison, bring that back.
Yeah, sorry, Hope. I'm a monster.
That'll have to do.
No, you can't leave me here. Please don't.
I'm gonna.
You're just two swings of that hammer away from breaking my cheek.
Am I vulnerable to psychic damage? Resonance Stone. There's a couple of summons. Guess I don't need Burning Immune, actually. Go there. Start here. Let's go here. Yurgir can beat me in initiative, and I don't have hope here to delete him immediately, so I guess I'll have to, like, vaguely pay attention to him, but I'm far from worried. Let's just go. You over there.
Where am I needed?
I will not up you.
Their skulls will make...
If you have any last words, make no.
All mortal lives expire. Souls go to their dooms in the lake
Oh, I don't have any water anymore, right? Forgot I got rid of it. Oh, counter charm could go away, sad.
Hell has its laws. Hell. Effect in the cause. Curtain falls, but hold your applause. Swerve, for now down here come the claws.
You're already almost dead. You're dead. I'll go right here.
Brave, but it's all been for naught. True souls that could be bought, doomed.
We gotta equip that.
And cause.
Let's go right here. Crit himself.
No more deals, it's over. The final act, you're doomed. No more grace, it's over. This house of hope.
Thank you, Scratch. Thank you, us. Oh, can revoke your year's guest status? Yep. Works on everyone here except for Raphael and Corilla.
and undone.
Oh no, he healed a little. You crit your buddy because the trajectory. That's great. Party wants to put silence here. And I'll do something actually effective. Sleet Storm would be good. I have pretty good spell save DC. Now let's just use the goat. Use this for anything else? No. Some electrified water there is cool. You're just gonna stand there and tank. Raphael's still fearful. I'm gonna angle this so this doesn't hit him. Leave me alone. I took 0 damage, you got charmed. Take backlash. Oh, knocked him into the cloud. Huge. Fearful. I can switch up my concentration to mantle, but like, I don't really need to. Feel pretty good about that. Vicious mockery. Now let's oh, was that exact lethal? Love that. Now here's why Band of the Mystic Scoundrel is a shit item. I would love to Dissonant Whispers with my remaining action, but I can't. This is the same problem as War Priest charges. It denies you control. He's still fearful. Underwave. Dazed. Yeah, I can hasten here. No gape, sad. Riveting fight, huh? Need you anymore.
Battle favors the fearless.
He walked back in, so I got 2 opportunities. That's great. Free up this. It's in. Debating if I want to switch to Hex here. Still have 9 turns. Yeah, I think Hex actually makes sense. And he's prone again. the duality of fearful plus compelled to duel.
No more devils. No
He
more
died
devils.
standing.
With
Awesome.
its master gone, the house is nothing more now than an empty carcass.
Okay, hard fight, or whatever. I didn't take damage. I took 0 damage.
So you wormed your way into the Devil's Lair. Risk. I have already told you that the Githyanki Prince only wants to see you dead. That we must not make the same mistake. We must work together. But it is time.
What up, jealous squid? Hitch, tell him, Eve. Sorry, Hope. Who? I don't think I ever met this Hope character. I think my game bugged and she wasn't in it. Quag XP? No, just Quag Evil.
Time for a chat.
What's it now? Take your pick.
How much XP would a hypothetical character named Hope be? I don't even know, actually. I really don't have the maths. Huh. We're wearing this just because the look goes crazy. Will the horns clip through? Yes. But Will doesn't have horns. What are you talking about? That's crazy.
The penitent looks at you. The penitent doesn't respond. Oh, there's this. Penitent.
The horny, is that a mod? No. Do you remember why Will gets horns in some playthroughs? I didn't do that.
The penitent looks at you silently.
I just want enough haste spores for 1 spore grenade. I mean, 2 would be ideal, actually. Sorry, I forgot he was a statue for a moment. Sicko? Yeah. Camp's kinda quiet? Yeah. Shard's doing great. Sometimes I forget I'm a statue as well. That's so relatable. How you doing, Leaky?
The penitent looks at you silently. There's this... Penitent...
What's Gecko doing? I don't know who you mean. Sorry. No shitpost, I actually just don't know who you're talking about. Vibing just wrapped to some more no dark vision shenanigans. Thus far, it hasn't been an issue at all. Yeah, it's pretty manageable. Oh, there we go. Get away with one. Get that back. Where did I put the elemental momentum boots? Did I send them to you? Who has them? Surely I didn't sell them. It's me staring blankly. There they are. Just need some of my rotten food back. I didn't use my entire supply. That's too heavy. Yeah, that should be good enough. Alright, let's go beat the game. Oh, hang on. I wanted Spos. I wanted Spos.
Dost thou require a new ally? Oh, very well.
Very well. Chew. Because since almost every race gets dark vision, I assume this would be a bigger problem. Some basic cantrips have all but ensured I can see everything just fine. That I failed those stealth checks. Yeah, also, like, even if you don't have dark vision, the situations in which that's a deal breaker, it's very minor. Just makes archery and ranged attack roll cantrips a little bit dicey in some sections of the game. Some people will be attacking you with advantage a little bit more in certain sections of the game too, but matters very little.
Still breathing, despite everything.
Astarion inherited Gale's book collection.
Sharp as ever. This vessel is at thy disposal. Art thou, sir?
Art thou, sir? I am, sir.
Two steps at a time.
Quag, sir. Quag, sir, this is a Wendy's. When these streamers have rapidly declining mental health. Got him.
Pristine darkness in every direction.
Got delayed a bit, but that's okay. Might be able to beat the game before my food gets here. If I do, I'll probably AFK to eat it, and then maybe we start a new run today. Only been live 4 hours.
And
what news of our little project, your food? It is en route.
Two steps at a time.
I love new runs. Makes it sound like diarrhea.
Preparing, calculating, evolving.
Heading out.
That damn near split my bones.
Dominated, controlled, crowned.
Prime spot for an ambush.
I wore more gear for con saves, actually. Make that a little easier to pull off. Oh, surely I have die for this. Okay. Gonna keep that on because the look is immaculate. Hi, Gortash.
And I'm off.
Oh, the brain. Without my never sucking the energy right out of here.
Going? Okay. I'm Cortage in that boot was sorry, and don't let Danny see you say that. Oh, he changed quick.
Rise. I, Lord Enver Gortash, chosen of Bane, command you.
It's close. Have the stones ready.
Put on his brain meeting clothes. Man, Will looks good. What a look. Yeah, okay, sure.
You think you...
It's messing with your mind. Don't listen to it. Use the stones. Valentine! Focus on the crown.
You want the next...
Where is it?
Okay, he died.
I you this now.
Alright, check this out. I'm not using inspo, so... Oh well. I need the inspos for something else.
This. It has become something more. We want.
I could go do the cool speak with that dialogue on Gortash, but it's worth seeing if you haven't. Yes, I fornicated with a mind flayer.
I will neither forgive nor forget. And you, my God, all that suffering. Avoidable. At this point, it will take an...
Yeah, you should be a squid. Yeah, do that.
Come. It's time for us to...
There must be a way through.
You anymore? Still gonna use Duelist Prerogative for the aura. Elven Elegance for me, Human Versatility, Vigilance for Orpheus. What do I run? Elixir's gonna get cleared for the thing I care about, but I guess I'll just do that. It doesn't matter.
Keeping pace.
Matcha and Fruit Gay. Yeah, yeah. This is where the buffs expire. The buffs expire when you get moved from the Morphic Pool to the Astral Plane.
We have lost much.
Alright, what's our ally count looking like?
And we will lose more before the day
We got Shart, we got Astarion, we got Vola. I think that's it.
For Baldur's Gate is more than just a city.
But hey, they're not statues anymore. What gives?
For those of mercantile spirit. More than a place of refuge for those who are lost.
Oh yeah.
More than a home for friends, loved ones, and adventuring souls.
Oh, we got you, hero.
Baldur's Gate is a place where anyone can find what they need, if they're just willing to fight for it. Today, Baldur's Gate needs us. Today, we fight for... You're late, friend. This is the one you spoke of.
Not the bootstrap speech.
Kind and flowery things. Harper's honor. Yes, this is the one. And just in time. There's a city to be saved.
The fist examines your illithid ally.
Did you see the corner of something in the foreground there? I couldn't figure out what it was.
Appearances may change, but they do not mask the one within. This
Wither's keeping abreast of the situation.
observe with whom it traveleth. Friends. This mind flare will fight with thee.
Seen curves, not
It will
corners.
save thy city
Yeah.
and thy lives.
The fist eyes your illithid ally with suspicion, softening to curiosity. His hostility melting at the...
And I'm not alone.
Barely.
Not sure what I have to offer of
Of course,
my
his gestures
side,
boobily.
if I'm honest, but I hope my words of encouragement and reassurance will strengthen your resolve.
I won my seat.
Oh, 9 fingers. Right.
And I've brought the toughest bastards from the guild to get the job done.
My dark forces are at your command today. We have a common goal.
I was the first Dark Justiciar in a generation.
I became a Dark Justiciar about 5 minutes before you did, but like, okay, sure.
Nature's servant awaits.
Glad to have you with us, and not a moment too soon.
The air is thick with anticipation. All
You know what else is
eyes are
thick?
on you. They're expecting a speech, something to stir their hearts and put fire in.
A word, if I may.
Bodies, bloods, this is the dream. You are done.
His skull. Okay, so like. He's ascended. You don't care.
Sort of.
Wasn't sure a fight would start. Come on, Orpheus, we're getting out of here.
Let my enemies fall. This is my time.
For thy fate.
Checking things out.
Okay, bye. I have no gather your allies button. I wonder why.
Fall back! Leave him be! We have to keep...
God damn. Alright, I'm back. Sorry. I got a spam call, and my food arrived at the same time. So I just suddenly do a bunch of stuff.
Forever dauntless. This is my time.
The car insurance.
Sharp as ever.
Or if he's questioning all his life choices right about now. Yeah. Yeah.
Just a pin.
See that? Part of the nether brain. We'll have to climb it once we're close enough.
These people at work, I'm only 200-ish.
Nautiloid! Don't get caught in its fire!
Usual Ring of Shadows stuff, I think. Yeah. Anything else I want to do gear-wise here? Don't think so. Alright, let's go.
They're in a place where the nether stones can enforce.
Yeah, sure.
Quick! It must be dominated! Cast the spell!
On the victor's path.
Do something greedy and stupid. Insane greed. Anything else I need to do here? No. You get Son of Darkness? Yes. But I'm invisible. In darkness. I went over here so they'd look over here too. The brain's ranged attack does not work into certain angles, but also darkness.
The brain is weakened.
Even
Its will is weakening.
Now is the chance. Its will is weakening. Eliminate the nether brain and let the sword coast be free.
Yeah, for free.
On the victor's path.
I got Borger. GG's. The Glamour Bard's good. You can do a lot of cool stuff with it. Bit rest intensive if you don't know how to like region travel and stuff, but good class. Definitely nowhere near the bottom.
At last, it is subdued.
Spare me. Join me. Wield me. Become absolute.
And thus, I honor my mother's legacy. The grand design, once again, ended by my line.
The brain is on the cusp of its final thought, and it's taking all of Orpheus's strength to keep it there.
Thank you, everybody.
An opportunity, perhaps.
I got next one in mind. Not a concrete idea, I still gotta think. I have a couple ideas. Jake thinks all food is his food. That was a burger? Very good. Yes, what were the highlights? Mantle of Inspiration is really good at shutting down melee extra attack users. Ideally, you want them to hit you on their first attack, so that they just can't target you with their second. It's very good. Combining Mantle of Inspiration with Mantle of Majesty allows you to set up a pretty nice engine of, like, you bait an opportunity attack, they hit you, get charmed, then you use Command Flee, so you can bait an opportunity attack. So like, you get to hit them with an opportunity attack, and you just keep doing that. That's pretty fun as well. I didn't use Friends, because I picked it up kind of late in the run. Didn't use Hunter's Dagger, and I could have. But overall, really like it. Merkel was a highlight. Ugh.
In my name.
You okay, buddy?
All of Toril is as a marble.
Oh, it took my hood off?
At last, you are complete. You are whole.
What happened with Merkel? He rolled 8 natural 20s against my shit, and my concentration kept breaking, and I kept missing attacks. It was the most cursed RNG I've ever had in a fight. Eight natural 20s. One in 25 billion, by the way. There's a Quag Feast card.
What shall you do with such power? Rule this world, conquer others, snuff out all life? Or something else entirely? Your darkest dreams are now possible. Long did you live in your famed father's shadow. Long did you toil thanklessly for the common people. But now, you know true power. The Sword Coast is yours to command, and the many lands beyond. Or so it would have been, had you not indulged too often in the power that the Olympics provided. Now the scales demand to be balanced. Ceramorphosis beckons.
That's why we saved inspo. I'm kind of willing to save scum this. Jack of all trades applying is cool. Yeah, you can't actually concentrate here. I'm totally gonna save scum this. Never mind. Don't need to.
Luckily, the illithid powers were but one aspect of your might. You remain in control, now and always. Time to exercise your will.
I shall rule like no other has before me as the great unifier, wise leader, and final judge.
Suddenly they seem so small. Before, you used to worry what lay behind those smiles. Whether they would kneel in honor of your deeds, or in the memory of your father.
The dialogue here goes so hard.
But you know better now. What matters is that they do kneel. Let the why be for lesser men. For the coast, for the entire world, there will be something approaching peace. But first, the blade.
Oh, fucking cool. I believe if you're still in the pack, Mazora's standing there too? I don't remember. Be something approaching peace, but first, the blade. So fucking cool. They really could with the evil endings. I think my least favorite is probably Sharts or Gales. But Will's is awesome. Thank you, that was awesome to see. Thank you for being here. Like Astarians quite a bit. Astarians is awesome, yeah. I like Karlax. Karlax is cool. What Halsin's look like? I don't care. it's Halsin. I would prefer to forget he exists. Murdering all the children in Faerun, maybe. Back to nature. Yes, Mizora will be there looking all proud. His father will be the first to start transforming. Gotcha. I think I have seen them. He chops down a tree. Yeah, he switches back to plastic straws.
Get back here, Shocker! Shocker!
Close out.
You can't escape me! I'll chase you to the ends of the earth!
Shocker! Halcyon commands everyone to transform to cave bears instead of squids. Alright, I've only been live for 5 hours, so maybe we start something new. Or at least we decide